We're here back in the fantasy bar talking some NBA for Wednesday night. 6 of my favorite plays ready for you on FanDuel and DraftKings, and we are going to continue with happy hour, attacking some of my favorite values. Guys in the mid-range I think are in good spots or are underpriced, and we'll even keep the beast of the night under 9,000. Who we talking about? Only one way to find out. It's time to belly up to the fantasy bar. Welcome in, guys. Wednesday edition, Beers Daily Fantasy Six-Pack, talking some hoops. Big slate of games on Wednesday night. We've narrowed it down to 6 of my favorite plays for you on FanDuel and DraftKings. Thank you, as always, for stopping by the Fantasy Bar and checking out today's video. Now, before we get to those plays, you guys know the drill by now. Take a second, click that thumbs up button, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the content. All right, let's get rolling here. Let's start in the mid-range at the guard position with Keyonte George of Utah. So Utah going to be without Colin Sexton here tonight. That's big news for Keyonte George. Also, Lauri Markkanen listed as questionable, so could be missing quite some firepower here offensively. I think George going to be one of the main benefactors here, and you see it in the numbers with Sexton off the floor, 2.2% usage bump with both guys off the floor. We're talking about a 3.5% jump in his usage this season, and a guy just giving you a very solid combination of the cash game floor we're looking at, along with the GPP ceiling we want. 30 or more DraftKings points now in 7 of his last 10 games. 5 of those 10 games, we're talking 39 or more DraftKings points. So definitely a candidate to give you that 5, 6, 7X we're looking for, especially if Markkanen's out, even if he's in without Sexton, like the prospects here tonight for Keyonte George. All right, let's go back to a guy that was good for us on Monday night at the center position with Jonas Valanciunas. So let's run it back here on Valanciunas. Alexander Sarr going to miss once again tonight. That should be, like we talked about on Monday, more minutes, more upside here for Valanciunas, and those minutes have certainly been there. And we talked about his fantasy point per minute production. Very, very productive here, averaging nearly 30 minutes per game over the last 2 without Sarr, and it's delivered a double-double in each of those games. So not quite the cupcake matchup we had on Monday, but I still like this spot against Brooklyn. Bottom 10 in fantasy points allowed, 2 centers. As long as Valanciunas remains in that starting lineup, big-time fantasy upside, and the prices just simply have not caught up. All right, let's get you some value here from Philadelphia, Ricky Council IV. This guy in the cheap seats has showed some really nice upside here, and I think without Joel Embiid and potentially Paul George, who does not sound like he's going to be returning here tonight, should have opportunity to flash that upside once again. Over the last 9 games, we're talking big-time production, games of 35, 33, and 39 DraftKings points. Don't think we're going to see a lot of ownership here on him here tonight. So one of my favorite high-risk, high-reward options. There's definitely some down games in there. That's what you get with a sub-5K guy, but rarely do you get the upside that we have seen with Ricky Council IV. All right, let's spend a little bit of money at the guard position with Josh Giddey of Chicago. Now, another spot I think opportunity is going to knock here for Josh Giddey, who's played some great basketball this season. But without Zach LaVine, I think you're going to see even more offensively out of Josh Giddey. A guy we know can contribute anytime he takes the floor. Without LaVine on the floor this season, 2.5% usage bump for him. And we mentioned offensively, gotten a lot more aggressive here over the last couple games, averaging 15.5 shots per game and 22 points per game. So if he's going to take an uptick here in scoring to go along with everything else he does, I think the sky is the limit here for Josh Giddey. I think he's a great buy low, even in the 7s. Probably an 8K player here, so continue buying low here on Josh Giddey. All right, let's go back to the mid-range. Another guy we had on Monday night with Christian Braun. Now, I don't love giving you guys the same guys over and over, but another guy I want to get back in my lineups here tonight. No Russell Westbrook here once again on Wednesday night. And we saw Braun log 41 minutes in that last game, still made value on these salaries and only shot 5 of 14. So just playing an absolute boatload of minutes here, getting it done in all of the other categories. That shooting upticks a little bit here tonight. I think he can smash these numbers once again. Another huge total in this game. We just saw this one on Monday night, 240.5 in this one. And the Pelicans have struggled here. 7th most fantasy points to shooting guard, and the 2nd most fantasy points to small forwards. Christian Braun in another good spot here on Wednesday night. All right, it's time. Take a look at my favorite play for Wednesday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest. Easy to play, and most importantly, a thank you to you guys for all of your support. Click that thumbs up button, head to the comment section, and guess fantasy points on DraftKings for my Beast of the Night. Whoever's guess is the closest, we're going to give you a free week of RotoGrinders Premium just for hanging out today in the Fantasy Barn. A great time to win this contest. Super Bowl coming up this weekend, so you get access to everything On top of that, I want to know who your favorite play is. Who's your top play on tonight's slate? Sound off in that YouTube comment section. All right, let's wrap it up with my favorite play. You know, Matt, beast of the night. All right, let's get you a little correlation from that Denver-New Orleans game. We are on with the big man, Zion Williamson, tonight's beast of the night. Zion struggled a little bit in this matchup on Monday night, was dealing with a little bit of an illness. I think that's going to help qualm some of the ownership that we'll see on him tonight. Prior to that game, has really been on a roll, 41 or more DraftKings points in 8 of his last 9 games, and we've seen some big ceiling games here as well, 50, 57, and 61 in that 9-game sample. Like we talked about, big total in this game, 2 teams that love to get up and down the floor, both top 8 in pace. So I think this game fits Zion extremely well. Denver has also struggled defensively, 20th overall in defensive efficiency. Don't think we get a lot of traction here. We know the upside's there. Zion Williamson, easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's beast of the night. All right, guys, that'll do it for our Wednesday night 6-pack. Any comments, questions, or feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video or on Twitter at Beermakersfan. Get your guess in. Zion Williamson's DraftKings output for a shot to win a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. And give me your beast of the night. Who is your top play on this Wednesday night slate? Sound off in that YouTube comment section. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Best of luck on tonight's slate, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for checking out our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more DraftKings, FanDuel, and other DFS content. And you can check out our daily live show schedule on RotoGrinders.com/videos.